Tonight, the last sit-down interview with President Carter on her time here at SHIP and what's next to come. Coming up right now on SUTV News. Good evening and welcome to SUTV News. I'm Cassada and I am joined tonight by President Laurie Carter as she prepares to move on to Lawrence University in the fall. President Carter, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Bailey.
As a disclaimer, we are all following COVID mitigation protocols. Both President Carter and I are fully vaccinated and all other studio staff are following appropriate protocols. So my first question to you, President Carter, is what has been the most memorable part of being president here at SHIP?
Getting to know the people at Shippensburg University. It's such a warm and welcoming community, really engaging with the students, working with and alongside the faculty and staff. It has been a great honor.
And is that something you found really rewarding as well?
Absolutely. I am a student-centered president. I don't think there's any surprise about that. And so the opportunity to really engage with the community in ways that would benefit students was something that was very attractive to me about SHIP, and that the community was so ready to get around that student-centered approach was wonderful.
Absolutely, and I have noticed that because I remember one of the first weeks I was here, I was sitting at Reisner Dining Hall and I watched you go to every single lunch table to introduce yourself or welcome the students back. So that's really great how, engaging with the students and the community. I've noticed you go to some events sometimes on campus as well.
I do. Well, I enjoy campus events. They're fun.
They are fun.
And why should students be the ones to have all the fun, right?
Yeah. So what are you going to miss most about Shippensburg? I'm sure that plays an aspect in that.
It does. It's going to be the people. Just sort of engaging and connecting in different ways, going to campus events or a concert. I've had the opportunity sometimes to go into classes and talk with students and working with the different student leadership groups across campus, going to sporting events. I'm going to miss it all.
So what kind of impact do you think you've made here?
Well, I hope that I've left SHIP, or I'm leaving SHIP, better than I found it. I hope that I have really impressed upon people how important it is to keep the focus on students. And I truly hope that we have set a path for long-term sustainability for Shippensburg University as an independent university. I truly believe that it can be an independent university and it can thrive, and that the students here will continue to benefit from the wisdom and tutelage of the faculty and the staff, and that SHIP will continue to be mighty.
Exactly. Was there anything here that you wanted to accomplish that you didn't get the chance to?
Yes, sadly. Very often as we leave a place, there are things that we leave on the table. And there were two things that were important to me. One was really trying to get the healthcare programs here at SHIP, and we're still working our way towards there. I think it will happen. It just hasn't happened yet. But I know that the faculty and staff are continuing to work on that. And the other is I really wanted to be able to pull back on tuition so that the cost of SHIP wasn't as high. We've been able to do it in some small ways with fees and free laundry in the residence halls, but we haven't been able to do a full tuition reset. But I know that there's a plan in place for that, and I hope that in a few years we'll certainly be able to realize that.
And do you think COVID was kind of a big roadblock for that?
Oh, COVID was a roadblock for so many things. Yet at the same time, we learned and grew in so many ways. So I could view it as a negative, and in many respects it was, but there were some positive things that came out of COVID. And the way SHIP came together as a community and really reinforced the fact that we're here for our students was one of the most remarkable.
And you talk a lot about, the campus community, how we are really one people, really. We really work together as a campus community. What have you learned here that you hope to take with you to Lawrence University? Is it going to be that aspect of community?
Absolutely. I have learned here that when people work together, they truly can accomplish anything. And you often hear that said, right? but it's true. Look what we did during this pandemic. We had a full year, face-to-face, students learning. It was difficult. And I think everyone struggled through the pandemic at different times. But every step along the way, we kept the focus on the students and doing what was right for them, and really thinking about every member of the community. So faculty were able to work from home if they needed to do that. Students were able to learn from home if they needed to do that. Staff were able to work from home. So we really, as a community, met the needs of the individuals, yet continued to provide quality education for our students.
Mm-hmm. And what challenges did you face while trying to, arrange, like, what staff and students will stay on campus? Like, how did you arrange all of that? It must have taken a long time.
It took a long time and a lot of people. Once again, it was not me. It was the community working together. We had 6 working groups, and each of those working groups worked on a different aspect of life on campus. And in addition to that, we had other touch points with faculty, staff, and students. We allowed folks to tell us their story so that we could work with them and really be able to accommodate them, provided it didn't interfere with the operations of the university. So it was a huge effort.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine, and we really all experienced this pandemic. Like, it wasn't just one aspect, one part of the world that was affected. Like, this was everyone.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of going off into a different question, what factored into your decision to go to Lawrence?
Well, I was recruited, and initially was not interested in the opportunity, and learned more about it, and learned more about the community, about its mission, its values. And my experience, of course, I spent 25 years at the Juilliard School, so that little conservatory nestled within the liberal arts environment was very compelling for me. Mm-hmm. And so I was drawn to its mission and its values, and quite frankly, it had a capital campaign going on, and their campaign was Be the Light. And for those of you who know anything about me, I do try to be a light. I try to treat people with kindness, and to be a part of that kind of community that really valued that was compelling for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have a new president coming in. Do you have any advice for him?
I do. Lead with kindness and always keep the students first. Mm-hmm. I think if he does that, and I have every confidence that he will, then SHIP will continue to be very successful.
That's beautiful. And finally, I guess to close up, do you have anything you'd like to say to the SHIP campus community?
I do. Thank you, SHIP. Thank you for your care, your compassion, your focus on students. Thank you for always putting them first, and for understanding that as a university, if you work together, you can accomplish great things. This SHIP truly is mighty, and everyone is part of that success.
That is really great. Again, thank you so much, President Carter, for joining us today and taking the time to join us. Now, we wish you the best of luck at Lawrence University, and that'll be it. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
That's it for SUTV News tonight. I'm Bailey Cassada. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media at SUTV News, and check out our website at sutvnews.org. We'll see you in the fall. Until then, good night.